Yep. So happy Columbus Day on behalf of all the Italian coaches on staff. It's nice that the students get a nice holiday today and tomorrow. It's interesting that Texas A&M has adopted this fall break. I think it's a great idea. I think it's great for the kids to be able to recharge a little bit as they go through the semester, and that's just the regular students. And for the student athletes, the ability for our kids to get a little bit more rest and recovery time between sessions and games is incredibly important. We had two more really tough injuries this past game that has further handicapped our ability to score, which has just made it that much more of a celebration every time we do, because we scored a nice goal on Friday night. But this is a good time for a lot of students and a lot of student athletes to get a little bit of a break. So getting ready for Mizzou. Mizzou's a game now that it's a must-win game for us. We've got to be able to come in and out of these last three games we have to win at least two and draw the other one at the worst. So we've kind of painted ourselves in a little bit of a corner because of the competitive nature of the SEC. But we're at home for two out of three of those matches, and looking forward to getting back in front of the 12th man. Last time we were here was the big win over Texas. So this Thursday night should be a terrific match.
We'll start second row.
Yeah, I'm just curious. You mentioned it's a must-win situation. Just how do you get that message across without maybe getting your players to press too hard and it be a negative thing?
Well, I think it's just a matter of, it shows that there has to be a sense of urgency in the way that we go about our business in training and the way that we go about our business in the match. You can't just kind of come in and, feel it out and see how things are going to be. You've got to come in with your foot on the gas and understanding that, with no overtime right now in college soccer for the regular season, then you've only got 90 minutes. And so that was one of the messages today was, as we look at how we prepare ourselves for this week, we'll look at, the things that we've done really well this season. We've either been even or outshot 70% of our SEC opponents. That's something that you can hang your hat on. Our defense has been really, really good. Having Mia go down this past weekend was a bit of a hit to them, but now Tessa, who's been out for Tessa Lavender, who's been out for the whole season, really, she just came back and was able to play this past weekend. So bringing Tessa in now to kind of fill in those gaps should help us out. But more than anything, it's not, like they say, pressure is a privilege. Pressure means that there's something on the line and that people are watching. There's a lot of people playing for programs around the country that no one's watching them. But here in the SEC, and especially here at Texas A&M, as the most successful program in the league and in the state, is that pressure is always on us.
And we'll go fourth row.
What are some tactics that you believe the Aggies will need to switch up when playing against Missouri?
Well, just in general, we've always had some really, really, tight games ever since Stephanie Golan took over the program at Mizzou. We've had two ties, and then last year we beat them 1-0 on a scrappy goal after a corner kick. And so that scrappiness is part of the things that we've got to have. It's not necessarily a X's and O tactics. It's just a matter of that you've got to be gritty in those last 18 yards, offensively and defensively. They've got good athletes. They have a very good goalkeeper. And they're a team that's been opportunistic when given the chances. So we've got to make sure that we shut the door and that we take advantage of all these looks that we've been getting and put them away. Does that answer your question? Okay.
We'll go to Rob in row 4.
Howdy, Coach.
Howdy.
Are there some times in your career that you can think back on that you've been kind of up against the wall and you needed to win 2 or 3 in order to advance into postseason?
Not that many, because usually we're at the other end of the table. Replacing 11 starters to go into the season has been a challenge. And then having a lot of those players go down injured has been a challenge again. But the good thing is that it's a great roster of people. These are people that we can talk to honestly, that we don't have to do a lot of motivational stuff to. They're ready. They're here to play at the highest level. They're here to perform at the highest level in front of the biggest crowds. So, the games this week and then also this weekend at South Carolina. South Carolina leads the nation in attendance. They're going to get that, and just being able to step up and go after it. I think in 2013 we were right around this spot in the middle of the season. We were down to like 64 in the RPI. And, the group at that time said, well, that's it. We're not going to lose any more games. And they didn't. And so that's, they were able to talk the talk and walk the walk. This group has got to be able to do the same. And, the proof is in the results. And I know that we always hear people talk about it, don't be result driven. Well, in games where they keep score, you got to be result driven. But the process of us getting to that is what we're focusing on this week in training.
All right, anything else for Coach?
Great. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, and Giggle.